Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Phineas King. Right down there is Liverpool Street, one of the financial sectors of London. Right? So much money is being moved back and forth, so much power is consolidated into these buildings right here. How is that power able to consolidate itself? Well, it's because right there, look at the scale of those buildings. Look at how magnificent the architecture is. And that makes you want to impart with your money. Why does it make you want to do that? Because it's perception. If all of these buildings, all these businesses were being done underneath a kebab shop or a hairdresser's, they wouldn't get the same customer, not just for a lack of space. It's the perception of the business that causes people to impart with their money. Excuse me, sir, I was just wondering if I could ask you a couple of questions about local business development in regard to...
I don't live there, I have any opinion on it, I'm sorry.
Well, me neither, but that's why I wanted to get people's opinions on the matter.
Go for it then.
Excuse me, sir, could I ask you a couple of questions about the local business sector and how it causes the perception of buildings to make people want to invest in business? And would they be as successful if they were just smaller buildings?
I suppose the size of the buildings depends on the resources they need to help run the businesses that they're representing, I guess. But size isn't everything, I suppose.
You see how big skyscrapers over there and the perception of that. What is your perception of that building?
It's big.
Yeah?
Big building.
Do you think that there's a lot of power and money that's consolidated into that building?
I mean, must be, right?
Because it's such a large vista, grandstanding testament to our economic system, right?
Yes, I agree.
So, do you think that the business that goes on there could be done just as well underneath a kebab shop or a hairdresser's or next to a Sainsbury's?
I think they want to work in a fancy office.
A smaller building could quite easily function as well as those bigger ones. They've done it for many years before. Why not again?
I would agree with that, is that we don't necessarily need the buildings to be quite so large, and it's the perception of success that is causing the buildings to get taller and taller, that is causing the glass around them to become shinier and shinier. Well, I'm just wondering if I could get your opinion on the banking industry in the UK. Excuse me, guys, could I ask you a couple of questions about the business sector? Excuse me, guys, could I ask you a couple of questions about the business sector in the UK? Because there's a lot of big, tall buildings that need business doing in them. Excuse me, sirs, do you do business and banking and that kind of thing?
Yes, but not in Turkey, not in London. Why we come here is if we can find better and cheaper with these buildings.
Exactly, and thank you very much for this interview. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your business. They're going to be getting some valuable clients in the near future because of the nature of these buildings, because these buildings generate money. How do they generate money? Because they are so huge, they are so breathtaking, that if your breath is taken away, you're more willing to impart with your money because you don't have any breath. You just want to get your breath back. So of course you're going to spend. You're going to spend. Why is it that you go to a strip club and it's so musty and smoggy in there? They take your breath away so that you will part with your money. That's the whole thing. They know what they're doing. And those businessmen, they came here to take your breath away. And they have succeeded. And because they've succeeded, that's why they're working up there and you're working all the way down there. And that's what it all comes down to, is that sometimes there are economic prospects that come with success. Sometimes there isn't. Sometimes there are people at the top that like to spit on the little man. Sometimes there's little men that like to spit on the ants underneath. Success is subjective. What is one man's skyscraper is another man's suburb. I've been Phineas King. This has been Channel 5 News. Thank you for watching.